Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, I am Ahmed Mumtaz Mustasan, your teacher for CSC 141 Introduction to Computer Programming. As promised in my last lecture, today I will be demonstrating the practical exercises using Visual C environment that I expect that you all have already installed on your personal machines. So I will be using the same examples that I have demonstrated and explained during the past lectures. For that purpose, what I have done that I have loaded all these examples here in this lecture slides, but I will be using it now in the Visual C environment. You remember this icon, and this is Visual C Studio, where we can just pick up, define a new project by clicking it from here, or what we can do, we can just open up the project. Since we have created some projects last time, so we can just maybe use this demo too, that I used it for the last time, and we had these exercises that we carried out in our last demonstration. So let us first of all exclude these all. Let us just select all these examples and exclude it from the project. Okay, so now I've got this file. I can add new item, and this new item should be my C++ file. Okay, so I need to give it a name. So let us see which example I like to do first. It is a macro, and so I just give it a name as macro p exercise. Let's call p macro 1. Okay, so we add it. Once we add it, we should have it. So I can copy. In order to save time, I will copy this complete code from here, Control C, and I'll paste it up somewhere here. Okay, we need to just adjust something from here, because we need to include some directives here. So for that purpose, I'll be using include IOStream, showing an error, so it may be IOStream.h. So spelling is not correct. Basically, include IOStream. Okay, this is the beauty of this environment, that it tells you that there is something wrong here. Then we use another. If I use printf, maybe some use scanf for printf statement. Yes, we are using it here. So we can say that include stdio.h. Yes, stdio.h here. Okay, so this space is optional, maybe just to keep a symmetry here. Then we use this statement using name space std, and then this macro. So we have defined a macro here, is digit y, so we are passing it on y as an argument, and then we can check it here. If y is greater than equal to 48, this 48 is the code of 0, ASCII code of 0 is 48, and ASCII code of 9 is 57. So we can check whether our digit lies between that. For that purpose we need to perform this check here, is std is digit, and then this check we call it here. So we are demonstrating the use of this macro and we'd like to see whether it works or not. First of all we need to build, and you remember we need to build like this. Showing an error message, certainly because the main missing type of specifier. So since this example is already there, so what I would like to do is, remember, okay, there should be only one main, so I will exclude it, excluding from the build. So I said yes, excluded from the build, apply, okay. It is okay. So let us build again. I can use either this build command here, or you can use Control Shift B. Okay, so I use it here. So there is an error here once again, and this error says that int assumed. Okay, default name is assumed. So what I can do, I have two options here. Either I can say here return 0. remember मैंने आपसे कहा था कि default is int. Okay, so it is int by default, or I put void here. So let's demonstrate it with both. Okay, should be okay now. So हमने देखा कि Control Shift and B should be able to build that. So we need to put here, in this environment it's asking for putting it in here like this. So Control Shift and B, finally done it. Good, thanks God. So it should work now. So run it, Control F5. यहाँ से देखिए, Control F5, enter a digit. Let's say I press 8, enter. Okay, can't see the output. So उसके लिए what do? We put here system pause. Good. Control Shift B to rebuild. So today we are getting this successful. Okay, good. Control F5 to run it. Press it, enter. Okay, you have entered a digit. Let's run it again. Control F5, run it again. This time I press O. You entered an invalid digit. Press any key to continue. Should be on next line. So what you can do, you can maybe before that, either you can put backslash in here, or we can put backslash in here, so that enter a digit, you will enter here. You have entered a digit here, so it should go to the next line. Doesn't recognize that the press any key to continue remains there. So once again, Control Shift B and Control F5, enter. This time let's say I. You have entered in. Okay, this time this press any key to continue on the next line. Okay, good. So we have learned that the macros, this is a macro where we are passing an argument to a macro, so it works fine. So let us put it here instead of here. Okay, let's see what do we have in the next example. Before next example, I just would like to put it also here upside, and I would like to open at, before that, see what do we have in the next example. Next example is this one. Once again, this is a macro and we need to test this macro here. Control C, copy it here. Instead of using the new one, I'll just use the same thing just to save some time. So I will be replacing only this part, Control V. Okay, so define the square n, and the idea is that square of 4 should be equal to 16. 16 divided by 64, the answer should be 4. But we said that the answer should not be 4, is not 4, rather its answer is 64. Just quickly go through it. The output of the above program would be j is equal to 64, whereas it should be j is equal to 4. So what's wrong? This is wrong. The 64 divided by 4 is executed first and then multiplied by 4. And let us see that what happens here. Once again, either I will put int here or I will put void here. Okay, and also remember, system pause bracket close this. Let's okay, it should work. Control Shift B is successful, and Control F5 to run. Answer 64. Okay, so how did we correct that? We corrected it by putting parentheses here. In your book, there is a textbook, there is an example where you are required to put the parentheses for each and every argument. So please read that example. That's a very good example in your textbook of Turbo C Robert Raffo. So that example requires that instead of putting the parentheses here, in this particular example we just be putting one pair of parentheses and the problem should be resolved. But the example given in the book says that you need to put the parentheses with each and every argument. So please see that also. So let's rebuild that. Control Shift B to rebuild. Successful. Control F5 to run it, and this time the answer is equal to 4. So here the answer is equal to 4, and then the same thing, \n. I'm disturbed with this writing press any key to continue, so that purpose I said that it should be in the next line. So what I've done, in order to put this message in the next line, I've used this \n here after the output. The control should go to the next line, so that when this function is passed, this press any key to continue should be printed onto the new line instead of in the previous example where it was just after this line. Okay, so we have demonstrated the use of the macros, and this particular example we have used it for twice for demonstrating two concepts of the macros. So now I put it back somewhere here and would like to have add new item. New item should be of C, and before giving it a name, would like to see what do we have in the next example. Next example is the demonstration of the initialization of an array, in which we have initialized it in by using different either through this for loop, or maybe in the next example, okay, by providing some initial data. Okay, so I would like that it is the name should be initialize an array. P init array. Okay, and add. Now I bring the text by copying it from here. I'm just using the same, just two reasons for that. One is to save time, and the second one is to show that the example that we have used works properly. So Control C, and then come back here, Control V, include IOStream. It's automatically we check. I have to just show you that if it is in the default directory, you don't need to put H here. So you will see that it has gone, and I need to put here include stdio.h and using name space standard. This we require, and here it is already int, so I don't need any change here. There seems to be some errors, and these errors means that this apostrophe is not acceptable. You can see that when I put the cursor here, its data identifier is undefined because it's considering it as a data. So what I will do, change it like this, should be okay. Now I've got an error here, so I'll just change it here. Error has gone. Good. \t is a tab value, and just to okay. I hope it should work. Build. Before building, it should again give a message because there are two. I've not excluded it from the project, so just to demonstrate, it will give an error, and this error says that main already defined in P init array. So right click, property, exclude from build. Yes, excluded from build, apply, and OK. Now it is excluded. Okay, and you see that it contains a main. Okay, that's why it's giving the error. Cannot overload function, means you are trying to overload, give two definition to one main, because the main is also here. Okay, so this is the error through which this linker has given us the problem, and let us see Control Shift and B, successful. And where is my initialization of an array? I picked up, compiled this one. I need to compile this one, not that one. Okay, so I need to compile this one. Build. Succeeded 0, failed. So what is an error message here? The control is not here. So rebuild again, build. I think I've excluded it from the wrong exclusion, and let us see the property. Exclude from the build, no, this is okay, and property, exclude, yes, so no error list here, so why it's not. Let us compile first. Control F7, successful. Then I build, successful. Then debug, good, but no output. So before this, return, ये हमें हर दफा करना पड़ता है in order to see the output, so that our output window should remain with us. Okay, Control Shift B, good, Control F5 to run. So this is basically the initialization that has been done, that 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, the 90, and this data we have this one, output j, this pause if j is equal to 0. So put something here, \tab, so that we should be able to see it. Control C, Control V, and I put this again, Control C, and I put it up here before this. Build, then okay. Now, what was wrong in that? Okay, the data was there, but since it was showing 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, so there was no tab in between. Okay, if there was no tab in between, then it was showing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay, so if I just can reproduce that, so that that's why we could not see the output. In fact, the output was there. So if I just remove it again, just to come back with the same error message, not error message, with the same error, and that error is here. Okay, so first close down this window here, and then I just build it again, and then I run it again. Yes, the data was there. We were confused. In fact, I was confused because it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is printed here. That means this j, value of j is equal to 0 up to 9, and this is n of j. N of j were initialized to 0, so this was basically 0. In order to separate these two and put some tab here, before that the first value tab, then the second value tab, what I did here, that I placed this and this. So I have brought it back with Control Z, and then I can build it again, and then I can run it again. Now this tab, first tab, put this value of j, then second tab, still it's not there. If you can put one more tab, then it will come under this, but still the purpose is solved, and it can be seen that this is the element and this is the value. Okay, so we have done this. So let us save it in as a resource file and open up. Next, what do we have in the next example? In the next example, initialization of an array with some given value. So we open up the next example here. In this, we open, right click, add new item, and then it should be a C file, and the name of the file is P exercise. Today I'm using the convention of using init with some declared value. Okay, so we add that, and I will now bring this, copy. It will show you some interesting feature also of IOStream, What is that? I would just like to see that this set W. For this set W, what the program is doing here, it is not only using this one but IO manipulation. I promise you that when I will teach you the IO stream, then I will teach you this IO manipulation also. It will help us in putting the data beautifully under the output window, because this is a format control. So it's a format control specifier. It is undefined. Why it is undefined? Because it has not been in its proper position. Let's put it into its proper position, which should be the first column. Okay. It is showing us error because this is also not in its proper position. Soonest it goes to its include iostream.h, doesn't say that, it should be h also. First let's remove this. We remove that, and then we should also remove that. Okay. Just white spaces we can just leave it, and I hope that once we compile it, then this output should be okay. Just there is an problem. That means that I need to exclude my last example, or either I can exclude it, or I can just keep it and exclude it from the build. Exclude it from the build, yes. Yes, and apply and okay. It is here. Undeclared identifier and line, because it seems that we have missed out once again something. Using name space std. Okay, soonest I placed here, you can see this error message has gone. So if I remove that, इस दफ़ा हम भूल गए थे इसको शामिल करना, तो we could find the error. Now this all undefined cout end line, you can see that these are all the error messages which are related with this particular cout, okay, at this cout. So soonest we use using namespace std, आपसे इसको link भी हो गया, आपको पता चल गया कि we use it for this one, and then when I will teach IO stream, then I will give you that why we use that and what is the purpose of that. Okay, today's purpose is just to show you how this works. Build, good, and then run. Either I can run it from here, I can put Control Shift V to rebuild and Control F5 to run it. Okay, so these initialized values are there. This time, students, you can see that we are not using \tab. Okay, instead we are using the format specifier here, and that format specifier is basically standard stream size. That shows that this is 13 spaces and this is again 13 spaces before you put the value of this one. So it has coming smoothly under our header files here, element and value. And this you need to calculate manually. These are 7, so there are 7 spaces here. Then you put the data. Then there should be, this is 13, so there should be 13 spaces here when you put the data. that you need to calculate manually. In this way, you have seen that the demonstration that initialization can be like this. So what it will do when I put zero here, remember all the values should be initialized to 0. One way that we have learned that put it in the for loop, as I have shown you here, that we have used this for loop, and where I just initialize as 0. If we can do that without for loop also, and that I'm just demonstrating you that it should be all values should be 0 instead of putting a for loop here. So if I just rebuild it again and I run it again, Control F5, all data values are initialized to 0. So that could be another way of doing the things together. Okay, इसको हम वापस भी आते हैं और उसके लिए I use Control Z. I just would like to put back the data so that you can have a proper record when you keep it as a source file. Okay, let's see what do we have in the next example. Next example is regarding with the linear search. Okay, in the last program I just taught you the concept of the linear search, and here I would like to show you how you can do that. So basically it's the program where we will put in some data through a keyboard, and then we will read the data that which elements of an array you will display, and then you will enter the element that you are going to search, read that, and finally you will call the function of the linear search somewhere here, and this is C is equal to linear search, that you will search the function whether you find the data or not. So this is basically the example that comprises two slides. Go back here, add new item, P exercise for linear search, linear search, add, bring this slide, bring the data. First is Control C, copy it here, bring the remaining part which is here, let us quickly go through it and see that do we have everything. Yes, it's IO stream is there, this is there, using namespace is there, then this is the prototype definition, and then you have void main, and this is the array. Suppose we have defined an array of size 100, but we can just ask from the user, enter the size of the array between 1 to 99. So user may enter the size of the array here. You can read the size. Once you read the size, then you can request the user to enter the elements number, and you will load the data into this particular array, and this is within the for loop. So let us organize it a bit further by putting a tab here. Doesn't look nice, seems to be okay now. And then this is the another for loop, and this for loop is to display the data, whatever data you have entered, showing that. Enter the number to be searched, so you read that value that you are going to search doesn't a good practice to have it here. Instead it should be indented so that it's be more readable, just to have some good practice. Okay, then we like to stay on here, and then this is the definition of the function of the linear search. Linear search, what we are doing, just receiving the array, the key that you are going to search, and the size of the array, and then we can just say that array of j is equal to this one, or return location, and you can return -1. But here we say that if c is equal to 0, the number is not in the list, so instead of -1 it should return 0. Okay, rest seems to be okay. We can build that, but before building that there should be two main. One main is here and the second main is here. Okay, so this particular main go, we can right click, go to the properties, and we can exclude it. Yes, apply. Okay, and then we can come back to this whole program. Okay, student, we cannot find any red mark here. Red means this is although the messages, string messages, but no message from the compiler. Seems to be okay. Let's build. Okay, lot of warning messages of scanf and using a printf function, but these are just a warning messages. Just give you the caution that the another version of scanf can be used, but good thing is that build 1 succeeded, 0 failed, 0 up to date, 0 skipped, nothing skipped, successful. Then we can run it by Control F5. Just I would like to bring it closer to me to see what it says. Enter the size of the array between 1 to 99. I say the size of the array should be 10. Then it's asking me for, just see, enter the size of the array. That I have entered the size, enter the array element. So I just open up here this output window, enter the element number 1 of the array. Element number 1 of the array, suppose 10, 2 is 20, 34, 11, 2, 69, random values, 54, value of 9 is 77, and 10 is suppose 99. So the element that you have entered are this. This is an unsorted array, and enter the number that you want to search. Which number you are going to search? Let's say we want to search 11. The number is found at a position number 4. It's giving not 0, 1, 2, 3. Why? Because we have started this particular say the loop with, instead of data 0, I just wanted to avoid and said please, I've used here enter the element number. So I didn't said start from 0, we started from 1, and instead of size less than equal to, if I say less than size then should -1, but I said less than equal to, तो उसको आपस में compatible रखने के लिए 0 से लेकर n-1 तक जाने की बजाय I have preferred to use from 1 to size. That's why हमने इसको यहाँ पे यूज़ किया, इसलिए हमने less than की बजाय less than equal to यूज़ किया. और यहाँ पर हमने जो size pass on किया, again that is the size of the number of elements that we have passed on, but इसी तरह हमने यहाँ पे भी j is equal to 0 को हमने, वैसे we should have here 1 क्योंकि the 0 does not contain any data. So if it does not contain any data, there is a garbage value, and luckily it was not 11, so it should be 1 क्योंकि we are not testing 0. Okay, so That's why it is showing this data. So this is the output, and say that. Okay, let's run it once more. Control F5. Why it has rebuilt that? Because we have made one change. We have made, instead of j is equal to 0, we have made j is equal to 1. So when I used Control F5, what it has done, it has rebuilt it for us, because we have made a change here. So once again, this time, instead of using 10, just to save time, I use 5. So I say 34, 22, 1, 56, 3. So 5 values have been entered. So this time I want to search 22. Number is found at position number 2. Okay, this is position number 1, position number 2. ये मैंने इसीलिए यूज़ किया because अगर हम यूज़ करते हैं तो 0 से स्टार्ट करते हैं तो ये हमें बताता है at position number 1. So just to keep it, मैंने 0 को इग्नोर कर दिया है. Okay, good. So we have learned the linear search, and we have seen the implementation of the linear search. You can have these slides that I will place it on the website, and जिस तरीके से मैं इसको use करके demonstrate कर रहा हूँ, आप भी ऐसे कर सकते हैं. And good practice that you can use your own headers, own messages, and you can play with it, use different variable names, and you can perform the same function just for a good exercise. So that this should go to our archive and use the next example. What do we have in the next example? Nice, we have got a bubble sort here. Okay, what I will do, I will use this bubble sort in the next example. So I would just like to save time, and I will be jumping to code for binary search. What we will do when we use this binary search, you know that this particular program requires that we will write a complete program जिसमें कि हम इस डेटा की आउटपुट को भी यूज़ करेंगे. ये सारे का सारा प्रोग्राम हम खुद डेवलप करेंगे जिसमें कि हम ये बाइनरी सर्च को भी यूज़ करेंगे और उसको भी. So this time I'll be doing some more editing here for you. तो next topic है हमारा binary search. This is the binary search. So let's go back. Add new item. I will combine a lot of concepts here. P binary search add. So I would like, just to save some time, would like to pick up some information from my P exercise 20 init array declare linear search. From this linear search I will be using this. Enter the data, this I will use this one, and element of the data. Okay, and the output I will be using this one. The data that I am going to search, I will like to use it. If it is found or not, that I will also like to use it instead of linear search. यहाँ तक हम इसको copy कर देते. Control C, come back here, binary search, Control V. What do we have now? We have an array where we can put in the data. Then once we have the data in it, then we can display the data. Then we can ask the system that which data element you are going to search. We can say here, instead of linear search, we will use the term binary search here. So let us bring the code of binary search. Copy the code of binary search. I would like to place it here. this says that it is a binary search. Lot of error because it has not been prototyped yet. So in order to prototype, I will copy this line, just one line, copy and prototype it here instead of this. Remember, prototype me, you need this one. Okay, this is the binary search, and you don't need, you just need a low bound. Then you can define, because just a prototype, binary search. Okay, here I would like to use this binary search, Control C instead of linear search, so I will be using this, Control V, it's a binary search, array, then low bound, upper bound, and int. So I defined here int low is equal to 0, and for high I can use the size. So I will first use low, then I will use high is equal to the size, and this key that I want. So this k, it should be according to that. This is a sorted list, is the prototype, and I will pass array here. This is the low, this is high, this is int. Okay, this prototype should work here. This is returning int. The definition has not yet been taken up, so I take this search out here, properties, exclude it, apply. Okay, so I've excluded that, and now this one, let us see what are the error messages. Control F7, binary search.cpp, the prototype has not been provided, inserted undeclared identifier, and I need to correct that. What is the undeclared identifier here? Line number 72. So it should be somewhere here that you can find out. If I can just put it down there, I would to see the line number here. So the prototype definition is basically the problem. Okay, I think there is an error in closing parenthesis here. Let us see what is the error. This one, this is start and close, this is starting and closing, and if this, just put for the sake of definition, no, binary search.cpp, the name is binary underscore search. Let us see, is there? I think this seems to be wrong. Yeah, binary search, so there seems to be wrong here. Binary search, and now this was a tilde sign, not that. Int binary search. So I need to sort this. Actually there was the error like this, so that's why it was not. When we copy it, usually it's a BINAR, binary search, and it is binary search int sorted list int low high. Unrecognized token. I type the name again. There seems to be some error in a character. Binary dash search, or we can not use underscore. Now it seems to be okay. So unrecognized, let us use some other word. There seems to some sorted. Int. There must be some undisplayable hidden characters that are causing the problem, because we have cut pasted in order to save our time, but we have used more time here instead of saving. Now the definition is there. Finally the errors are gone. So now I would like to use the same name. It's a binary underscore search, so it should be binary underscore search. Now it's okay, no error message, and this comma should be removed so that this error message has gone. And now this should be binary underscore search. So what I will do, type again binary underscore search, should be okay. And I've used the name sorted only, so that I will be using here the word sorted. Seems to be okay. So all mistakes, there are some hidden graphics character. Int high, that is okay. We should use low first. So what I do, I put comma int low and int high. Delete this. Int element comma now there's only problem here left is this parenthesis. Let's write it again. While it's okay. this was the error. That's just okay. So we need to define this int middle, which is equal to low plus high divided by 2. Mean that we have not saved time by copying the data. We could have, okay, because of copying the data we are required to retype it here, so maybe we are spending more time now. Middle. So finally we have been able to find out, remove all these syntaxes here. So let us see quickly, Control F7 to compile and see, yes, it is successful. Finally it's successful. Okay students, let us see what we are doing here. This is the prototype declaration of the binary search. Here we are providing the data. This we have used found is equal to 0, so instead of C I will be using here found only, int I, this one, and then we are putting the data into the array here, and then we say that which data you are going to search. So here instead of C we use found. Okay, mind it, this binary search requires that the data should be sorted. What we will do, we will run this, and since the data will not be the sorted one, then it should give us an error message. So first, we not error message will say that the required record is not found in the data. What we do, then we will sort the data with the help of bubble sort. If found is equal to 0, then number is not in the list, otherwise the number is in the list at position not C but at position found. Okay, फिर हम इसमें ऐड करेंगे bubble sort step by step. Okay, build, let's students, let us see. Finally we did it. Debug. I would like to bring closer to me to enter the data and enter the size of the array. Let's say the size of the array is, just to save time, 5. First element is 12, next is 34, next is 11, next is 21. These are the 5 data elements. Element that you are going to search, suppose we are going to search 11. Achha, no, first of all we need to enter the 5th element. 5th element is suppose 6. So it has shown the elements of the array are 12, 34, 11, 21 and 6. There is a logical error, that is, it's not showing 5. So we have started our arrays from 1, not from 0. So that's why it's not using 5. So first of all we need to correct that, but first of all let us see. Suppose we want to search 11. The number is not in the list. Press any key to continue. We need to make 2 corrections here. Why the 5 is not coming up, and then ये मैंने आपको बताया था, it's not supposed to search it. Okay, why the 5 is not here? because मैंने आपको बताया था कि we are starting our array not from this, we are starting from 1, but let's see, we started from 0. यहाँ पे हमने low is equal to 0 किया. So it should now display the message at low, and high it will automatically computes. How it computes by high minus low divided by 2. So it can easily find out that how it should be done that. So let us build it again. Build solution. Okay, then run. Enter 5. This time we'll put it in the order and see whether it is going to search it or not. 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. Okay, the data that you can see, this is the garbage value, and this is the value that we are placing it into the array. Okay, very interesting error. So due to this, the data is not sorted. So once again, it will not be able to say that the data is not there. So here we have display data that we are placing it in the array. The for loop, we are not placing it from 0, we are placing it from 1. So here the data we are going to place it from 0, and the data that we are going to read, the message element 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we display the data from here, and after found 0 and this one, and okay, build, run, 5 elements, 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 0 to 5 more. This time we have been able to do it like that: 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66. Let's suppose we found to find this data is already sorted. So this time it should be able to find 44. The number is found at position number 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we can do that either with the help of providing it a data that is already sorted, then and only then it works, or what we can do here, that we can again use the same concept, and this time instead of, we can put from 1, okay, 1, but here where I have defined low is equal to 0, this time I have defined low is equal to 1. So I will be controlling the data from the 1 here, and वो जो आपने देखा था 5 की बजाय 6 एलिमेंट्स आए थे, this time it should be okay, or the size whatever we enter will go there. So let us see. Build, five element. First element is 11, next is 22. Oh, it's not, it's an unsorted now, it will not. Okay, 77. Still there is, the number is not found. Still we need to start from 1. One of our array is starting from 0. Which one is that? Maybe the array that is showing this is starting from 1, this is starting from 1, and this, the data that you are reading, this array, and this is starting from 1, okay, and the size is less than equal to 5, okay. If it is 5, so it should be of 5. Then printf here, enter the number to be searched here, then the binary search. Okay, so we have seen that here there is one mistake here, that we have seen that starting from low is equal to 1, I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to size I plus plus, and it is I from first element to this one. Then this is the output, which is starting from this and less than equal to size I plus plus, and then this data. So build, already built, no change we have done. So let us see. (11), (22), (33), (44), (55). 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. And this time I want to search, let's say 44. It says that number is found at position number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. मुझे मैं सिंक्रोनाइज करना चाह रहा था. I've been able to do that. मैंने स्टार्ट किया सबस्क्रिप्ट को 1 से और इसको जा रहा है, it's searching that. और but the problem is that I need to provide the sorted data. If I provide it unsorted data, I run it again. 5 elements, unsorted data, 12, 4, 56, 99 and 71. And if I just want to find out which one is there, for example I want to search 4, it will say that it is not there because the array is not sorted. So what I would like to do here, I would like to sort it before calling this searching mechanism. I would use here the bubble sort. So I'll bring the code of bubble sort from my slide that I skipped here. Copy this, put it up, the definition of the definition of the bubble sort I have provided. I need to provide the prototype also. So उसके लिए इसको मुझे copy करना है, and this bubble sort should be here, void, and prototype के लिए should be this. Prototype में we are not supposed to provide this one, we are not supposed to provide size, and I can use this here. Before searching, I will sort the data. I will call int I need to pass on the array that is to be sorted, and I need to pass on the size. Okay, this one. Now it is sorted. Before searching, I would like to print out the result also. So copy, and I repeat it here, Control V. So it will sort the array, but I can foresee one error here, that this bubble sort will also pick up the element number 0. So what I will be doing here, that I will pass on the array, name of the array that should start from, not starting from 0, but I will send the address of the array here, which should be the element address of the first element. But let us see. Just first of all, I would like to show you आपके समझ में आया कि नहीं आया जो मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, प्रॉब्लम मैं foresee कर रहा हूँ. So build this again. So it is giving me the errors, and the function or variable unsafe using this, that is okay. The binary search, there is bubble sort is here. Okay, let's remove all these errors one by one. Starting, closing, binary search seems to be okay here. Line number 61 and 63 is causing the problem. Let us see where I am. I like to go to line number 61, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61. This one is probably providing the error. Just use minus sign here. This seems to be okay. 63, 61, 61 is okay now. 62, 63. Okay, let us see whether it has improved or not. Control F7. Good, it was just one error that has caused a difficulty for us. So let us see. Build again, successful. Then run it. This time I like to use, let's say, 6 values: 23, 34, 5, 29, fifth element is 90, and 6 is 31. Okay, enter the name to be searched. It's I want to search, let's say, 29. Number is not found at number is found at position number 3. Okay, why it is not showing this sorted list? Sorted list, it should have shown whether I have placed it or not. So I can see that bubble sort, this one, printf array, and I would like to see here this message. The elements of the array before sorting are this one. Then we can just copy here, Control C, and after sorting I can put again here element of the array after sorting are this one. Then it should, let us build it again, then run it. 6 keys values: 89, 21, 34, 78, 11, and 45. The elements of the array before sorting are this one. The elements of the array after sorting are, they are all sorted, they are not sorted. This was the error that I was just wanted to demonstrate you, because you are not starting from 0. So we need to adjust this error and enter a number that you want to search. Suppose I want to search 45. The list is not present. So you have skipped one data, the last data, because you have started and from 0, not from 0, from 1. So let's go back with our logic once again here, and here I'll say 0, और जहाँ जहाँ पर भी हमने इसको 1 किया है, नाउ आई विल से from I is equal to 0. When I start from 0, then I need to not use equal to. Okay, then I will start from 0 and then I will okay, I will like start from 0 and okay, bubble sort. Now this time it should be able to sort properly, and the binary search, लो हमने 0 किया, yes हमने लो को 0 कर दिया है, हाई हम उसमें एज ए साइज पास ऑन कर रहे हैं, and then it should be able to see that anything else I0 less than equal to size, and it should display the message I0 less than equal to size and thing. Okay, let us rebuild it again. Build. Good. Debug. चलिए इस दफ़ा 10 यूज़ करते हैं. Okay. 21, 34, 65, 76, 89, 90 and 88, 11, 33, 55. So this time the data is properly sorted. देखा जो मैं आपको बता रहा था कि आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग एन एरर, क्योंकि हमने 0 पोजीशन को यूज़ नहीं कर रहे थे. नाउ इट इज़ द डेटा इज़ प्रॉपरली सॉर्टेड, और सिंस द डेटा इज़ प्रॉपरली सॉर्टेड, इवन इफ आई आस्क यू टू सर्च 90, it has found it at position number 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, or it is working very nicely and very well. I wanted to demonstrate you some more exercises, but I think I have already gone through with some good exercises already, so let's leave the rest demonstration for the next lecture. I think this is sufficient for today. And dear students, we have seen that it is very interesting session if we, instead of putting a burden on ourselves, बजाय अब इसके कि परेशान हो, आप एरर मैसेज को समझें, उनको डाइजेस्ट करें. आई हैव डन इट इन अ रियल टाइम इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, एंड आई हैव बीन एबल टू रिमूव द एरर्स. आपने देखा काफ़ी सारी एरर्स आई. उन एरर्स को हमने, लॉजिकल एरर्स को भी हमने फाइंड आउट किया कि उनका क्या रीज़न है. सिंटेक्स एरर्स जो हैं उनको भी हमने फाइंड आउट किया कि व्हाट आर दी सिंटेक्स एरर्स. और सबसे अच्छी बात दैट वी हैव नोटिस दैट इन द एनवायरनमेंट ऑफ Visual C, before going for the compilation, you can find out the red marks. एक चीज़ that we have noticed today कि जब हम PowerPoint presentation से कट और पेस्ट करके लेके आते हैं, तो देर आर सर्टन हिडन कैरेक्टर्स जिसमें एरर को ढूंढना थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है. although मैंने कोशिश की थी टाइम बचाने की, बट आई वॉज रिक्वायर्ड टू स्पेंड मोर टाइम, कि हमने देखा कि वो जो हमने कट और पेस्ट करके लेकर आए थे, ऐसी सूरत में बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है एरर को ट्रेस करना. सो हमने उसके लिए क्या किया कि जहाँ जहाँ भी हमें रेड निशान नज़र आए, हमने उसको रीटाइप कर लिया. Okay, but if you are typing it directly from your papers, जो भी आप अपना प्रोग्राम बनाएंगे, पहले आप अपने प्रोग्राम किसी प्रॉब्लम को you will try to understand that, then you will prepare an algorithm. फिर एल्गोरिदम से आप कोड बनाएंगे, और फिर कोड को आप जब टाइप करेंगे तो आपको ये वाली एरर्स नहीं आएंगी. लेकिन सर्टेनली जब आप आदमी प्रोग्रामिंग करता है तो उसको लॉजिकल एरर्स भी मिलती हैं, उसको सिंटेक्स एरर्स भी मिलती हैं, उसको लिंकेज की भी एरर्स मिलती हैं. हमने वैरायटी ऑफ एरर्स को हमने आज एनकाउंटर किया, एंड आई होप you should have learned lot of new concepts and new things today in this particular practical demonstration. अब जैसे जैसे हम आगे move करते जाएंगे, then we will be spending more and more time in this particular environment. और जितना ज़्यादा टाइम हम इसके अंदर स्पेंड करेंगे, उतनी ज़्यादा हमारे लिए लर्निंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ होंगी. So with that, I think this is sufficient for today. So see you in the next lecture. Till then, Khuda Hafiz.